man nicht mehr das Land filtern kann. Ah Gott, das kotzt mich immer noch so sehr.
Hi everyone, ourenea
So,
here.
ich höre mal jetzt rein.
After I greeted you in video form at the beginning of the event, now I welcome you to the last portion of this marathon and our last act of the evening, the closing speech. With GSPS having finished their final section, we have officially raised over 1,300 euros for Project Hope. Honestly, this is more than we would ever have thought that we would raise with the first edition of this event, and yet this has happened, and you will never know how much this actually means to me and to us especially, so we thank you with all our hearts for that. So many different departments, in fact, were responsible for making the entire thing happen, the Marathon Alliance 2024 event happen. And as they are a part of each and every organization, I should say, that participated in the event, I would like to thank them and their volunteers in a collective shout-out. First, I would like to start and give a huge round of applause to our incredible hosts and fundraisers that we had throughout the event. Their energy kept us engaged through every game, keeping the pace and the spirit alive, reminding us of our passion for speedrunning and why we are here, to collect money for charity while doing what we love. Also a big shout out to our tech. Thank you for making everything run so smoothly. Without all of you, none of this would have been possible, like quite literally. You helped making the magic behind the scenes happen, and I'm especially grateful to have all of you since the days before the event, which proved to be a real crunch at times in that regard. So from me especially, a very big thank you to all of you. Also big shout out to all of our restreams in English, German and French. With Germench and Nitro Speedrun natively streaming in German and French respectively, they made sure there was always a restream of the English broadcasts into their languages. At the same time, the English restream ensured that the content provided by the other two was not lost in translation. Ultimately, you all were able to watch the entire event in the language of your choice. A big shout out also and a big call of appreciation to all our chat moderators. You all are the link between our organizations and our viewers out there, our viewership. And you have kept the chat a positive and safe and fun place, making sure that the community could focus on what was the program on stream and to support our cause. Also big shout out to our social media teams. Thank you for keeping everyone informed on your socials throughout the marathon. From coordinating and launching the countdown of the event announcement, to promoting the event itself, to sharing the latest updates and highlights, you kept the conversation about us going on the social medias. And finally, to scheduling. Their expertise helped greatly the
Ein Dive, der da wirklich sich wirklich verdient gemacht hat.
That really showcased the spirit of the European speedrunning community. A big thanks to all of the runners and their commentators who gave their time to practice and showcase and commentate their favorite games during the event. Now, with the collective shoutouts done, I would like to personally give thanks to a few individual people out there. People who have been an integral part to the planning process prior to the announcement of the event, with their input really helping this event to come together as it is now. So really we have been a really big think tank the entire time, and the amount of expertise that came together and is found in this group, in this lovely group that the Marathon Alliance is, that is coming basically from their different backgrounds and with them having different goals with their organizations, is quite without equal. So I feel very honored to act as their speaker on their behalf. Specifically, I would like to thank a few individuals over at my organization, Germench. First of all, Mayu, who first pitched the idea about a speedrunning event in which European events would collaborate. I would also like to thank Next Game Civilization and Blueswelt, who encouraged the both of us to develop this idea more, get interested parties together, and start planning in earnest. I would also like to thank Veni Vidi Riki, who supported me greatly in the coordination of the German side of things. And also a big shout out to the entire online event crew at Germench that meticulously executed the German stream and Restream.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Over at NSG, I have people to thank. For one, I would like to thank Patty, who provided us with the tracker through which you could donate to our charity, and he made sure that everything was set to sail smoothly once we started with the event. I would also like to greatly thank Fatske, who prior to in the planning phase analyzed all our streaming data to find a marathon schedule that would accommodate the viewership and all of our participating events. I would also like to thank Chrissy and Eris, who wrangled the entire event on the NSG side, and also Nordic, who provided the NSG streaming PC so that we may use it for the English restream of Nitro Speedrun. A few individuals that I would like to thank over at SOB. Of course, I would like to thank all the besties that are over at Sum of Besties. I would like to thank the entire Speed fam and also the PlayStation Nation. Specifically, I also want to thank Fabi Claus for soloing the entire tech setup, like non-stop for 24/7 throughout the event. I would also like to thank Vahisht for his input during the weekly meetings that we had prior to the event and in the logo designing process of the Marathon Alliance design logo. For people I would like to thank over at SpeedCon, that would be most especially for me personally, Matze. For her input was quite invaluable
Matze
to me,
ist auch
and
großartig.
she was
Auf jeden Fall.
the direction. She was taking the right direction with the entire design process of our logo from the very start to the very finish. I would like to thank the entire SpeedCon team, especially Smaragd SL, F. Paul, and also Floha. Speaking of Floha, there's people I would also like to thank on the Bingathon side, like the entire Bingathon team, especially Floha and Pika and their fellow organizers. I would like to thank Lepelog, who's Floha's partner in Tech Crime, and supported him throughout the entire tech side of the event. I would also like to thank Bingathon General for lending us their streaming PC to restream the German slots for the English restream. For Bingathon, I would also like to especially thank you for organizing this brilliant golf with your friends Bingo Madness.
Oh Gott, das war
that was
großartig.
just fantastic.
Herrliches
and
Chaos.
if you haven't seen it, make sure to look up the VOD. You will enjoy it greatly. Now, on to our French friends over at Nitro. Most especially, I would like to thank Strackle for the organization of the equally marvelous and brilliant Nitro tournament that in my eyes was a great success and super, super hype. I'm super happy about the concept that it finally made it out of France and that we in Europe finally got to see it and that it made itself into the Marathon Alliance event. I would also like to thank individually Grank, Civil, Romstein, Piglu, Coxla, and Nico Plays Things, who respectively planned and organized the French stream as well as the French restream, as well as handling the main load of the organization and the handling of the English restream. And finally, over at GSPS at Grami Zhibko Pomagami Skudashnie, I would like to thank Kazik and all of the GSPS hosts, the tech crew, the chat mods, the software people, the fundraising people, the social media people, and the scheduling people. I'm especially happy about GSPS joining us for this event because normally they're streaming in Polish, but for just this once for this event, they decided that they would love to stream in English and participate.
Auch nicht selbstverständlich.
And
Also, dass sie auf Englisch gespielt haben.
I would like to thank you, all of you kind and faraway friends who have watched and donated towards our charity project Hope. Together, we have made a real difference for them, and that impact will be felt long after this event ends in one way or another, more subtly or not so subtly. Thank you, but all in all, thank you all, and also thank you, Project Hope, for the chance and the opportunity to work together with you. And now there's actually not a lot of a lot to say for me. But what I can say is that the Marathon Alliance will be back in the future for sure.
Yes!
So keep your eyes out on our social media platforms for updates in the future. You can find the links to our socials with !social or socials in chat. And until we meet again in the next edition of the Marathon Alliance events, I wish you all the best. And, of course, see you next time. Bye bye.
Ja, Marathon Alliance 2. Danke dir, SKDD. Danke dir. Ja, ich habe den ganzen Shoutout nichts hinzuzufügen. Ihr vielleicht, Leute?
Kannst du mal einmal die Quelle dann umstellen, damit man uns einigermaßen ordentlich hört?
Ja.
Okay.
Jetzt ist wieder kommentiert Run IT, okay. Jetzt müssen wir uns wieder hören. Ja, also wie gesagt.
Also zusätzlich zu den schon erwähnten Leuten können wir uns natürlich nur ganz herzlich bedanken bei den Kommentatoren hier für unseren Stream, also intern wie extern, generell das Germench-Team logischerweise und allen anderen Leuten, die da mitgeholfen haben.
Ja.
Und natürlich den Zuschauern.
Der allerbeste, größte und schönste Chat der Welt.
Ja, die hätte ich jetzt beinahe vergessen. Ja. Ja, aber ansonsten, also Aura hat da einen wirklich guten Text hingelegt. Ich habe das Transkript auch die ganze Zeit mitgelesen. Ja, hat sie wirklich gut gemacht. Also haben generell alle Beteiligten echt gut gemacht. Und
definitiv.
Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass so ein großes Event mit so wenig Chaos stattfinden kann. Ja.
So, ich hätte auch jemanden, den wir jetzt raiden könnten. Einen kleinen Streamer, der gerade Shadow of the Colossus streamt. TikTok12, der gerade 90% Normal derustet. Und ja, ich würde mal sagen, 4 Zuschauer können wir locker sprengen.
Ja.
Sag so.
Oh, Moment.
Ich dachte schon. Gerade noch, diskutiert gerade noch den Raid, okay.
Ich gucke auch gerade, also.
Nee, die haben jetzt.
Also GSPS hat schon wohin geradet?
Ja, dann würde ich auch jetzt wohin raiden. Also, okay. Sorry, aber dann, wie gesagt, TikTok12. Wäre schön, wenn er seine Follows sprengt. Und.
Ja, doch, hat funktioniert.
Und dadurch habe ich ins Ladybug. Okay. Ja, also danke an alle Leute, die jetzt mitgewirkt haben. Ohne euch hätten wir das nicht geschafft und ja. Aber ich bin jetzt durch, ich bin müde, ich will ins Bett. Ich glaube, wenig auch. Und damit würde ich mal sagen, morgen geht's normal weiter. Das nächste Event wird das Event sein. Und in diesem Sinne, Leute, danke für alles. Gehabt euch wohl. Und bis dann.
Genau.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bis dann. Ciao, ciao. So, geschafft.